back to the channel, and today we've got a major suspension problem. So you see here the airbags are shifted to the right on this truck. Try and get an angle of it so you can tell, probably like that. There you go. So you can see that definitely the geometry is a little bit off. So we're down here at a suspension shop and we're gonna get that taken care of. You can see the airbags are kind of shifted over a little bit compared to this side. So yeah, so we're gonna get that taken care of, and I will give you guys an update when it's done. All right guys, so we're back at the truck, and as you can see, we've got the new bushings installed and we've got new shocks as well. Get a better look at these new Gabriel Fleet Pride shocks, or I'm sorry, Gabriel Fleetline, and then the other bushing there, brand new. And best of all, I don't know if you can tell, but now the airbags are perfectly up and down and centered. They're not kicked out to the side or kind of like they're sitting like that, not straight up and down. They're kind of cockeyed. So yeah, that's pretty straight now. And then, you know, this one's pretty level over here, this airbag. So if you look down the center, this one and this one are pretty good. And then another new shocks, and then bushings on. So we basically did bushings on all four corners and shocks on all four corners, and a 3-axle alignment. And we also replaced these are brand new U-bolts right here. So we did all brand new U-bolts on the back, even though they're already rusty looking. But it's been on there for about a week now. So yeah, and then come around the front, show you guys on the front. We also did the got new shocks on the front as well, as you can see. And we did a full alignment on the truck, so now everything fits like it should, and the steering wheel was a little bit cockeyed. But let's jump in the truck and I'll kind of go over how much all this work cost. Some pretty major suspension work happening here. All right guys, so you know, a lot of this suspension work, this truck had some pretty major suspension issues, and it wasn't something that was, you know, completely catastrophic. Just the whole alignment and geometry and just got all thrown off on the suspension of this truck. And I didn't catch it when I bought it. Usually I'd catch something like that, but it just, some things you just miss and you overlook, and this was one of them. And when I noticed that those airbags were kind of, you know, kicked out and cockeyed on one axle, I started to get really worried because the steering wheel was off as well. And if you know about when you hit something, a lot of times that'll knock off your alignment. Like if you hit a curb in like a car or a pickup, a regular vehicle, you'll notice that it will throw the alignment off, and that's how the steering wheel was. So I was kind of worried that we had a lot more major problems than what ended up being the case. And it turns out that on a lot of the Freightliners, which I haven't really had this problem on any of mine, they say that those axles like to walk over a little bit, so then it makes the airbags, you know, kind of cockeyed or whatnot. So we had to pay some pretty decent money to get all that new U-bolts, shocks, alignment, get everything realigned. The shocks were about $350 if I'm not mistaken, for all 6 of them. Oh, and also we did the front brakes and front brakes and front alignment, and then back 2 axles, so 3-axle alignment. So basically all this came down to, all right, so the total was $3,211.06. and that was just for you know, if I go down the list, alignment, rear shims, and we also did a front wheel seal as well. And yeah, so that was correction on steer axle, U-bolts, and we went and got those retorqued. So that was the charge for, and we kind of dodged, you know, I feel like I got lucky with this one. I mean, that's expensive. $3,200 is definitely not cheap, but to get everything back in alignment and get the bushings done. On my 2008 Freightliner Century, I got the bushings done on that truck, and man, it felt like night and day. This one feels good. It feels pretty good after I got all that done. And then I still got to get the brakes done on the drives, on the rear drives. But as far as everything else, I'm pretty happy with it. And you know, it's just kind of those things. It's nice to know that all the suspension is good and good to go, and you don't have any, you know, loose suspension, and it's all tight and right and solid. But all right, guys, hopefully you found this informative, and you know the prices if you're looking to get your bushings and shocks on your truck in the 3-axle alignment. This is a little expensive, but given all the things that had to be done, you know, that's why it's a lot of labor involved. The price for all the components aren't that much. It's just a lot of labor and whatnot. So all right, guys, I hope you found this informative, and I will see you on the next one.